Naoya Inoue didn't shock America because he was loud. He shocked America because he made elite fighters look unprepared.
All I need Inoue to do is, I need him to come fight in the U.S. Random blood urine testing. He take a lot of my stuff from my playbook.
And he made him look ordinary. I've never seen Fulton so tentative, and it was by a smaller guy.
When he stepped into major U.S. fights, fans expected resistance, adjustments, and tactical chess. Instead, they saw a fighter who shut those options down almost instantly. And that gap between what people expected and what they witnessed is what created the fear. By the end of this breakdown, you'll understand why Inoue's knockouts aren't just powerful, they're engineered, and why every American champion studying him now is trying to solve a puzzle that still has no solution. When Inoue faced Donaire the first time, fans thought the veteran would expose him.
Naoya is the top fighter in the world in pound per pound. You know, I fought guys who were the best in the division, but not a pound per pound guy like Naoya.
When it comes down to a lot of things, you know, I think the best guy that I faced, and maybe perhaps if I was younger, it might be a different story, but at the moment of who I am in this time, I would say Inoue is the toughest that I've faced, or the strongest that I've faced.
Inoue is probably potentially the best fighter that you face in your career. What is it about him that gives you that?
I think it was like facing the younger me. You know, there's just a lot of similarities in terms of power, explosiveness, and sometimes intelligence. You know, but I think a lot of it is given the similarities is what makes it more difficult.
Instead, Inoue controlled the early rhythm with precision that never felt rushed. He wasn't chasing damage, he was collecting data. Even after suffering a fractured orbital bone, he never unraveled. He adjusted the distance, simplified his shot selection, and made cleaner reads. The win wasn't reckless or dramatic. It was controlled under real adversity. That was the first sign he was different.
That's a bad guy he beat too. Broke him down. Ooh.
118?
Yeah, him.
Who the hell fights in that division?
Bantamweights.
Yeah, but who?
Some bad yeah, some killers.
Then came Steven Fulton. Fulton was respected in the United States, sharp, defensive, high IQ. The narrative was that Inoue would finally meet someone who could match his mind.
Naoya, if he's thinking to moving up in weight division, I hope that I can teach him and supervise his workout training.
また新たなステージで挑戦していきたいと思います。
My aim is to be an undisputed champion. If I can do that within a year of 2022, I would love to stay in this division. But if I can't, I am capable of raising my division and to fight again for the upper division.
Instead, Inoue broke him down piece by piece. The jab controlled the range, the foot positioning forced angles, the body shot strained movement. By the time the finish arrived, Fulton wasn't making mistakes, he was reacting to pressure he couldn't solve. That knockout wasn't sudden chaos, it was calculated collapse.
I think Fulton has more skills. Monster got monster power, so you know it's just we got that neutralizer. I think it's a good fight. I'm definitely going for Scooter. My Muslim brother, I've been knowing Scooter since we were kids.
Oh man, I'm leaning towards Fulton. I hope he bring it back to the United States. I hope he go out there and do good, and I wish him well.
How have you got it in that fight? Do you think he could finish him, or do you think it would be like a competitive decision and he gets the W on the scorecards?
Well, I don't know. I think it's going to be a tough fight for both fellas. Better man is going to win today. I think Steven Fulton is the bigger, stronger guy that not only bigger, stronger, but he has skills too. You know, it's one thing that a lot of people say, oh, well, this guy is big, this guy is strong. But skills pay the bills, and Floyd proving that.
And the same pattern appeared against Marlon Tapales for Undisputed. The early rounds were patient. Inoue didn't force anything. He touched the body, tested the guard, measured the distance. Then the moment Tapales slowed even slightly, Inoue shifted gears. His combinations landed with timing that felt exact. The finish didn't feel surprising. It felt inevitable, the final move of a plan already completed. This is where the fear truly forms. Inoue doesn't overwhelm fighters. He removes their choices. By the middle rounds, opponents aren't using strategies anymore, they're just surviving. And once that happens, the fight is already over. But here's the deeper layer. Dominance at the lighter weights is often dismissed in America. Power is supposed to fade as you move up. Speed is supposed to even out. But Inoue carried both, and that forced analysts to stop seeing him as a small division specialist and start viewing him as a true pound-for-pound force.
I've been asked this a million times, but what made Inoue so difficult to figure out that night? Or?
It wasn't what made him difficult. It's that my body wouldn't allow me to do the things like come back. Yeah, it wouldn't allow me to do the things. I rehydrate and everything. It wouldn't allow me to do things that I wanted to do. But we'll see him when we get another belt and probably at a different weight class.
Okay.
As I said, I picked Inoue to win, but I thought it would be a much more closely contested fight than it was. And listen, I'm not dissing Fulton. He was just blown away by a person whom I now consider. I was wavering a little bit, but I now consider after having watched that in its entirety, you're looking at a generational talent.
Yeah.
And Fulton is still a good fighter. I don't want people to start shredding him and throwing him under the bus. No, he's still a good champion. Well, ex-champion now. He's still a very good fighter who can come again. It's just that yesterday, man, he was in the presence of greatness, in my view.
I'm proud of the fact that I put Inoue on my pound-for-pound list, I don't know, 3 years ago. Whatever it was. I don't even know how long.
That's true.
And no one...
You've been on him before I even knew who he was.
Ken, no one had him anywhere near it. They basically barely knew who he was, as you just touched on. And obviously he dominated Fulton, or at least put it this way, he established control right from the start. He made Fulton's a defensive fighter, a good counterpuncher. He made him concentrate more on defense and surviving than Fulton really wanted to early. He set the course of the fight.